So in the admission procedure, before the patient enters to the ward, we have to prepare the unit for receiving the patient. So unit in the sense the ward or the area where the patient need to be admitted. So there will be a particular bed for the patient. If it patient needs a room should be arranged. If it is a ward, general ward, we need to arrange the bedside articles as well as the bed neat and clean to receive the patient. So it is a place where the patient is kept during hospital stay. That is the unit. The admitting department notifies the unit prior to the patient arrival so that room or bed can be prepared. So what is being done means the admission department or admitting department will inform the ward staff that so and so patient is coming. So you need to keep the bed ready for the patient or the unit to be prepared for the patient. So by getting this information before the patient enters the ward itself, the staff nurse who is given that responsibility will be arranging the room or the bed for the patient. That will be done in advance. So what all arrangements to be done? So first thing is prepare the treatment table. So near to each bed there will be a treatment table available or a side locker will be available. So this treatment table we have to arrange according to the patient needs and according to the patient needs and what all medications to be given initially. So based on that, we need to arrange the treatment table ready so that once the patient comes, we can receive and immediately we can start the treatment which is allowed for the patient. So that is prepare the treatment table. Then ensure all the equipments are completed. So before moving away from that treatment table itself, we need to check whether all the required articles are completely arranged near to the bedside or not. Then check ventilation. So regarding the ventilation, there will be natural ventilation as well as artificial ventilation. So natural ventilation means the door, then windows and everything. Then ventilation will be there in the ventilation hole will be there in each room. Check whether this ventilation is proper or not, and we will get adequate ventilation or not. Then artificial ventilation, like if it is a electric fan is present, ceiling fan is present, check whether the it's functioning properly or not. Then if it is an AC room, check the functioning of AC so that they will be getting a good ventilation. Then ensure patient privacy. The next thing is patient privacy to be maintained. If it is a room, then it is okay. We can close the door and the patient privacy can be managed. If it is a general ward, so many beds will be there in a big hall. So in such situation, whatever procedure we are doing or whatever treatment we are giving, that should not be seen or open for everybody. So in order to prevent that, we can provide the screen or any curtains can be given so that whatever we do on the patient will not be seen by others in the general ward. So check whether there is a screen availability or a curtain availability is there or not. So that we can ensure the patient privacy. Then there are certain special considerations to be taken into account before admitting a patient. One thing is admission costs, undue stress, emotional factors as well as financial capability must be given utmost importance. That is, when we hear about, think about ourselves. When we hear about that we are going to get admitted in the hospital, immediately there will be a stress will be present for us. Okay. So in order to, we need to understand their stress and emotional changes. We need to consider that and take care of the patient. Then there will be a financially incapability also present. So according to the hospital in which we are getting admitted, based on that the hospital charges varies. So if it is a multi-speciality, the amount will be huge. So what type of the disease we have, based on that also the caring will be different, the medications will be different. So everything is a financial burden for the patient as well as the family members. So that all things we need to be considered in us so that while we take care of the patient. Then second thing is be observant, consider the individual patient needs. We need to consider each individual patient's need carefully. So for that we need to have a keen observation skill. So with our observation skill, we can identify what is actually the client is in need of so that we can identify and we can provide individual care. So even though the patient is not verbalizing or speaking up, we can understand from their expressions, from their face or from their how they are behaving. We can understand what is actually the patient is in need of. So for that we need to have a good observation skill. Then provide an individual admission procedure. So whatever how many patients come to the ward at a time, we need to give individual attending time. If at a time 5 patients come together, still we need to attend each patient individually. It's not that all informations will call out all the patients or all newly admitted patients together. We will make them to stand and we give the explanations. This is ward and I am so and so. These are the arrangements. That should not be done. Each individual patient to be given individual time for explaining and introducing. So that should be maintained. So if we do like this, it will show the efficiency and the concern for the patients we have, staff nurses we have. So that should be maintained. So each individual time should be provided for attending each individual patients, which will be in turn showing the efficiency and how much we concern about our patients will be exhibited very clearly. So that should be our aim of providing admission or maintaining admission procedures.